Good morning. It's me, Annalisa, with my spiritual friend. It's Friday. We're back for a manifesting chat. I am a psychic medium, a spiritualist reverend, a former nurse. I'm not a therapist. I'm not a lawyer. I am not a financial advisor, and I am not a doctor. So if you need one of those, you need to seek those. These are my chats about manifesting, and I believe in intuition, and I believe that we have a higher connection to source or the universe or whatever you want to call it. My tagline is empowering your journey. So my whole goal for all of these chats and for doing my psychic readings is to help you feel more empowered in your life and less of, get you out of the victim state. And I see every day as an opportunity to create the life that you want to live. So today I wanted to talk about when it takes time, when you're feeling like, why isn't my SP showing up? Why isn't my money showing up? Why isn't my fancy new whatever showing up, my house, whatever it is you're wanting to manifest, my success. And when you're in that wait period. So, signs follow the planting of the seed, so to speak. They don't precede it. So we have 70,000 thoughts a day, right? So we have 70,000 thoughts a day, there's a lot going out there. And it doesn't mean that every single thought is going to manifest. But if we persist in those thoughts, if we persist in those beliefs, then that's what manifests. And there's a lot of subconscious beliefs we all carry, right? We all have different ones. There's collective subconscious beliefs that happen. You look at that get implanted and persist in different ways, like racism, sexism, homophobia, bigotry. All of that stuff gets implanted subconsciously, and so it's our job to untangle our subconscious thoughts, right? It's our job to reflect upon ourselves and our own beliefs. And the best way to know that something's amiss or something's awry is if you start thinking it's unfair, or you start thinking, gosh, why this is always happening to me. Well, that's a clue that if it's happening to you and you don't like it, gotta turn the heater down. If it's happening to you and you don't like it, then there's something that needs to change. And there's a thought and a belief that needs to change. Why is it taking time? Why does it take a lot of time? Why do some things just seem to go like that, and then other things just take so much time? When a farmer plants a seed, right? If you're out in your garden and you're planting seeds, and you plant seeds, and you've bought the flowers that say zinnias, or you bought the vegetable that says deer tongue lettuce. Yes, that's a type of lettuce. You're not going to expect well, what if it doesn't come up as deer tongue lettuce? What if it comes up as red leaf lettuce? What if it doesn't come up as a zinnia? What if it comes up as a daisy instead? You don't think that. You're like, I planted the seed for daisy. That's what's going to come up. I planted the seed for zinnia. That's what's going to come up. A lot of times when we get into manifesting, especially if you're manifesting an SP or a job or whatever, you're like, oh my God, what if it doesn't come up as that? What if it comes up as this instead? Stop doing that. If you plant the seed for that, that's what it's coming up as. That's it. Just like when you plant flowers, the expectation is that it comes up as seed. Just like when you're trying to get pregnant and you get pregnant, it's going to come out a baby. It's not going to come out a dog or a cat. It's going to come out a human baby. And you think, well, that's logical, Anna. But when you plant the seed to manifest something, it's going to come out as that. So stop the idea that it's going to come out as something differently. And I say that because I've done it myself. Everybody, all the manifesting gurus are probably like, oh yeah, I do that too. Not that I'm a guru, but guru just means teacher. So stop worrying about it coming up as something else. The next thing is why does it take time? Well, some seeds take more time than others. If you have the idea that, say you're in high school and you're daydreaming, you're like, I want to be a doctor. And so you start imagining yourself what it would be like to wear a lab coat, what would it would be like to walk the halls in the hospital. Hi, Rakdan. What it would be like. It's always nice when you guys say hello and I get to know who's listening. I'm good. How are you? Hi, Fareed. So I'm guessing Fareed is the name. Is that okay? I hope so. when you're planting those seeds, so you're imagining that you're a doctor, right? And you're in high school. Now you're not going to like go, okay, well, I go to college and then I'm just a doctor. Like you're not like going, well, where is it? Why isn't it here yet? It takes time. Why? You're going to have to take the logical steps, but maybe it means that because you're seeing it and you know it, the fear of getting into med school doesn't happen, or the fear of passing your MCATs doesn't occur, or the fear of like, am I going to get placed for residency? Like it's just there because it's like you're going to do that. You just know that it takes time. Well, what about when you're manifesting an SP, right? So especially if you're well, it doesn't even matter if it's somebody you want or you're like somebody specific, or just a general idea of what a romantic partner would be like. Like I want that person to be in line with my same spiritual beliefs, this kind of personality, into like Dungeons and Dragons, whatever like thing you like. I've never actually played Dungeons and Dragons. I watched my cousins do it when I was little, but so it's this idea that you have these specific traits that you want for that person. And sorry, why aren't they showing up in 3 seconds? Well, what if they're younger than you? And I'm very serious about this. Like, what if the person that fits all of these perfect traits for you is younger than you? What if there's an age gap? What if that's part of it? Like, you never specifically said they have to be this close to me in age. What if they are still married? What if they're in another relationship and they're learning how to, and they have to go through this growth process to change to be that person? Sometimes it's not about you. Some things have more steps in the bridge of incidents in order to get to you. Now, what if like I've had like thoughts and about like certain people showing up as listeners on the channel and interacting, etc. And what if like, like those ones are easier to attract, like the trolley people and stuff like that, because there's millions of people that could easily like tap in and like pull that energy source and go, oh, I found this today, I'm going to just start harassing them. There's lots of people that can fill that tiny little void. But if you're having someone very specific or a very specific job, there's not going to be that as many choices for that, right? There's not going to be as many options for that. It doesn't mean that it's not going to happen. It just may mean that more things have to come into play in order for that specific job or that specific person to come to you. Maybe this specific job hasn't been created yet. I did a reading for my uncle and they were asking about, well, it wasn't for him. My aunt asked about it, but she was asking about this job. And this was years ago. And I was like, oh, it actually has to be created for him. That's why it's not there yet. It hasn't been created. And timing was right. The job had to be created. It didn't exist at the timing that she was asking for it. That position didn't exist. So when you're constantly like, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Instead of thinking, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Because that's a very like specifically looking at your current 3D. And remember, your current 3D is a projection of your past thoughts and your past creations coming into play. It's I already wrote the screenplay a long time ago, and now they're actually playing the movie. And I have to wait for that movie reel to finish because I know the new thoughts, the new creation, the new screenplay, the new reel just is waiting to be put in line. It's waiting to get put onto the projector. People don't use projectors anymore, but I don't think so. Everything's digital, right? But oh, hi, your dad. So it still has to come into play. So what do you think? Instead of saying it's not here yet, I wrote down, just think it's still the old reel playing. It's still the old projection playing. And I know that it's coming into play. I don't have to doubt that it's there because I know that what I think I create and what I persist in hardens into fact. Neville Goddard said, it doesn't matter if external fact denies the truth of in front of you, the external fact in front of you denies the truth of your assumption. It doesn't matter if, that means it doesn't matter if what I see in front of me is completely opposite of what I'm believing in my head and my assumption of what I believe to exist. So I believe I am successful. I believe that I have thousands and thousands of followers. I believe that people actually are listening to this and that this is helpful to people. It doesn't matter if just a few people are listening because I know that if you're meant to hear this, that the people that are meant to hear this and need to hear this and will receive and learn from this are gonna, I don't care. It's done. It doesn't matter if that person has shown up in your life, you've put it out there, it's coming to you. I was reading Will Wheaton. He was in Stand By Me. He's a little bit older than I am. And he's a childhood actor, and he wrote that he's doing some new project now, but he couldn't talk about what it was. And that he'd been dreaming of doing this since he was a teenager. So for 40 years, I don't know, he's probably not 55 yet. So what, like 30 plus years, he's been dreaming about doing this role. He didn't sit around going, where is it? Why isn't it happening? It's just like, this would be such a great role. I'm so excited that, it'd just be really great. I remember watching, I think it was John Edward when I was a lot younger. Hi, B Smiley. OJ's White Bronco. Hello, hello. Oh, you're spamming me. Okay, so look at that. Bye. I guess I'll take time to delete you all. Is this a group of you that get on here to spam? Oh, you're so sad. Bye. Oh, you're not even worth it. Whatever. You're helping my numbers and my interaction. So when you think you're spamming someone and you're doing all that, that's what cracks me up, is like, what you don't understand about YouTube is you're helping my numbers, regardless of the shit you're putting in here right now. You're helping my numbers. You're helping my my interaction, because that's how everybody sees it. So even when you put dislikes and thumbs down, it's still content and interaction. So thank you. I appreciate you. So the truth is that whatever you focus on, you bring about. So I mentioned trolls, and look at that. Isn't that funny? That's how it works. There's a whole bunch of that energy that's really easy to tap into. And so that's why it brings it to you so quickly. That is manifesting in action. So I don't really care what any of these idiots are saying. It doesn't really matter. They're just showing their littleness. And how pathetic they are, and how, look at what they're creating. And they're just being nasty and rude. I'm beautiful. I love myself. I'm kind. Stop looking at the chat then. Okay, well, I'll delete you all, I'll block you all once I go through the chat later. So I really just want you all to know that there is no reason at all that you need to worry about things manifesting and what time they're manifesting at and all of that. So I know that my regular followers listen to this. You guys are all really lonely, sad people if you're spending time going through trying to harass people. And that all comes back to you. The energy, the things that you create in your life, the unhappiness, the loneliness that you feel, you create all of it, the sense of victimhood, all of that. You can spend your time changing your assumptions about the world around you, knowing that you can bring in kindness and love by knowing that you are valuable, you are worthy, you are loving, you are powerful, you are safe, you are secure. I didn't have a lot else to talk about. And since these people seem to feel like it's their job to be assholes, my hair is wet, but thanks. And you care? Oh. Most of you are nice, kind souls, but why are you? But there's enough in here spamming, and I wish KK was here today, but she's not. So it is what it is. I don't know anything about Astro. Sorry. All right, so you. Okay, I'm just gonna go through and start hiding people. I I think this is really funny that someone said nice studio apartment. I don't know how that's an insult because that's strange. But you know, I'm glad you like Seinfeld. Bye. My sweater sucks. Okay. As I'll say to my daughter, well, you don't have to wear it. That's fine. Let's see who else. You look like you wipe back to front. Oh, I don't know how that looks. Okay, bye. Okay, so here's interesting. You can't take jokes. Well, that's called gaslighting. When people are mean and nasty, that's like gaslighting when they don't want to own their shitty behavior. I did manifest you. Bye. Bye. Very Karen attitude. Bye. Stop moving your hands so much. Bye. I think that's funny when you compare me to Seinfeld because it's like such an incredibly successful, amazing thing. Big forehead. I wonder, do you look in the mirror often? I feel like these things do not offend me. They don't upset me. They don't make me want to cry because I love myself and I think I'm beautiful and I'm a good person. And it's funny that these are all men. And I'm wondering, I'm working on blocking all of them. Is there like some group that you all belong to? I'm gonna cry. The beautiful thing about growing up with a lot of trauma is that there's not shit any of you can do. I'll focus on the chat when I get to it. That's what I'm doing is I'm focusing all of you. 31 people watching. You guys are helping my numbers. So as much as you think that you're being whatever, don't assume your gender. Well, it's a lot of men answering. All men is not gaslighting. I'm looking at the names in the chat. Anyway, bye.